doing a piece on the offensive line. You guys seem pretty, even though you're young up front, the starting five, you seem pretty stable. Coach has talked about the chemistry is coming along, but there's a need for the other parts, for the reserve, the depth on the offensive line, and guys that can work in interchangeable parts. Which of the younger guys that are new, and I know you're just a sophomore, a true sophomore, but which of the younger guys, the freshmen, have you seen that are stepping up a little bit?
Well, I think Brad Henson, he was here last year, he redshirted, but he's one of those young guys who's really stepped up. He stepped up in the weight room in the offseason. He's been a guy who's been coming out here now and contributing and being a good player. Him and then Jared Cohen, he was with the twos all day today. You know, he was getting reps in scrimmage, and he's been a solid player. I think he's got a lot ahead of him. And then you look at like Caleb Samuel, he's a real athletic kid, but I mean he's played defensive line most of his life. So I mean already you can just see the improvements he's making and just the raw athleticism he has. So I mean a few years in this program and I mean he could be a freak.
You're just a true sophomore, but you're a veteran guy for this group, so you can impart a lot of wisdom on these guys of the need to be ready to play right away, because if you go down, someone else goes down, one of these guys is going to have to step in, and they're going to be very green to it. Have you talked a lot about that as far as bringing them along and as far as just understanding the need to play right away and cramming stuff in quicker than if you guys were in a situation where there was a lot more balance of experience in the line?
Well, yeah, I mean, we've all been, you know, holding each other accountable, putting a lot of responsibility on each other in practice, off the field, and I think, you know, the way Coach Cap works us all and, you know, gives attention to each and every one of us, that everyone's, you know, doing what they need to do to be as ready as they can be. So, and, you know, we kind of go through the rigors in practice and get a lot of situations thrown at us, you know, not just the ones, but the young guys as well. So, you know, all the young guys have even had some experience in that sense. So, I mean, a lot of those guys I think could come out there and, you know, hold their own.
Chemistry is really important on the offensive line, and trust. You got to know that the guy to your left and the guy to your right is going to do their job, so you don't feel like you have to overcompensate. Where are you guys as far as chemistry and trust right now, especially the starting five?
Well, you know, like I had said to some other people earlier, if you look back at us in the spring and look at us now in terms of chemistry and where we are there, we've improved hugely. You know, in the spring, we had a lot of guys who were filling in for the seniors who had left, and we were brand new to it, brand new to, you know, the five guys on the line, and there were some chemistry issues there. But I think at this point now, you know, we've improved hugely on that, and it'll just continue to get better.
Does trust come before chemistry?
Yeah, I think trust does come. You know, you gotta trust that there's going to be a guy there to bump off a twist. You gotta trust the technique that the coaches are teaching us. You know, you can't just go lunging out after a guy. You gotta, you know, stay true to your technique and just trust that, you know, it's going to work for you, and trust that you know, my right guard's going to be there. You know, it's important.
I know your dad has other responsibilities, but how much does he critique what you do?
Well, you know, people ask me that a lot, but he really lets the coaches, you know, my own coaches, do the coaching. He doesn't really, you know, step in and try to take the reins on that, but he watches my games, and afterwards he'll, you know, give me his take, tell me what I need to improve on. But, you know, he's not one of those dads that's going to be, you know, on me 24/7 trying to be the coach.
Did you guys watch a lot of film when you were younger, and as a result, when you got here, did you feel like you were a little bit more advanced because you'd seen how film is supposed to be broken down, you'd seen how your positions are supposed to be broken down?
Yeah, you know, I was always with him in training camps and OTAs in the NFL growing up. Yeah, so, you know, I was exposed to offensive line play and, you know, the meetings and practices at an early age, but like I said, it's not like my dad was, you know, taking me out of my own life and, you know, making me watch film 24/7. You know, he was there letting me be a kid, and, you know, I'd always had good coaches growing up, so, you know, I was always well coached coming out.